Hey, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, we've seen that the relative weakness in the Russell has continued, and overall, the markets are set to open on a weak note. Now, heading into the open, the first area of support that we have is 15.5 to 17.5, and a break below that area would indicate short-term selling pressure in the market, and it would bring the '09 to 11.5 zone into play. And then we have the bull bear line in sand at 2108. So, bigger picture, the buyers can still maintain control. So even though we've seen some weakness in the overnight session and Russell has actually broken some recent lows, S&P and Nasdaq have actually held up quite well, and so far this market has proven itself to be very resilient. And despite the weakness in the overnight session, it's actually held up pretty well. So a break below 15.5 doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a full-on balance breakdown. Below 15.5, we can get a test of '09 to 11.5, possibly even the '08 line in sand. But as long as that zone is holding down there at '09 to 11.50, buyers can still be active in this market, and it could still end up being a failed breakdown attempt. Now, that doesn't mean that the market can't fail, but 2108 and '09 to 11.50 is really what's going to establish that. Are we actually breaking below balance, or is this simply a short-term breakdown attempt which can just reverse right back up into balance? And off of '09 to 11.50, we can get a bounce back up to 17.50, possibly even back up to 24 to 26. Now, in the event that we hold 15.5 to 17.5 and Russell starts breaking above the 1245 to 1247 and especially the 1250 high volume node, in that case, ES can go right back up towards 24 to 26, test the previous VPOC at 27. The balance highs 30.75 to 32.75, and if we start seeing some strong buying come into the Russell and Nasdaq, then there's still the potential for a break even to the upside. So even though the overnight session has been quite weak, we have a few economic catalysts out this morning, and the relative volume so far is shaping up to be above average as well. And as long as that continues, which is the expectation, with the market being, this coming into a shortened week after a holiday, I think we will see some better volume today, and that can result in a better range. So, today there could be some decent trade setups and opportunities setting up. So overnight session's been weak, but bigger picture is still bullish, and for that reason, we don't want to get overly bearish on the market right at the point where it's about to reverse. So, off the open, we'll have to gauge just how much weakness we're actually seeing in the market. '09 to 11.50 is an area where, even if the internals are quite weak, which inherently they should be as we go down there, that's still a zone that is just ideal location for buyers to step in. And as long as we're not seeing any, just major momentum and complete liquidation in the other markets, I think the '09 to 11.50 is still a zone that can hold and actually provide a reversal back up to 15.5 to 17.5, back up towards the overnight VPOC at 20.75 right now, and possibly even 24 to 26. So we can get a pretty substantial move off of '09 to 11.50 in pretty much most scenarios. The only scenario where that zone would not be a good spot to enter long is if this is shaping up to be completely a trend down or balance breakdown type day. So if the AD line is pegging at minus 2,000 and tick is consistently holding below zero and printing some very negative values, minus 1,000 to 1,100, maybe 1,200, then perhaps you want to be more conservative, maybe trade towards the bottom of the zone. But in most scenarios, that '09 to 11.50 is going to be a pretty decent spot for buyers to step in, for shorts to cover their positions, and overall, given that we're still in a bigger picture uptrend, buyers can be pretty active and aggressive off that zone. So, even if off the open the signs are bearish and you are shorting it, just keep in mind that that's an area where there can be some decent buying. On the upside, 24 to 26 is really the primary resistance area, 27 prior VPOG. And if Russell continues to be weak and there's a negative disconnect in the internals, then that's really the spot where first test sellers can still be active. But bigger picture, the market is still trading in a range. It has been setting up for a directional move, and today could be that day where we actually get some sustained directional movement, or we just get a wider range and some more intraday volatility. On the econ front, 9 a.m. Central Time, we have the consumer confidence and new home sales number, and that can serve as a catalyst for a short-term directional move as well. So there is enough going on, just contextually with the market coming back after a holiday, and even on the econ calendar being fairly busy, that today we could see some pretty decent movement. If you're keeping an eye on the Russell, in the event of a continued break lower in TF, 29 to 32, so 1229 to 1232 is a pretty decent area of support in the Russell. So if ES is testing support and at the same time TF is testing the 29 to 32 area, then that would be a pretty good time to fade the market, and buyers can step in both markets at that point in time. So those are the main thoughts heading into the open. We're open to a move in either direction. Just keep the bigger picture in mind that buyers can still step in despite the short-term weakness here in the markets. Bigger picture, there's still that potential for decent range today, and overall, I think there will be some better opportunities today. Last week was a bit slow with the holidays and just lighter volume. I think today we'll get some better setups. So those are our main thoughts heading into the open. Let's see if bigger picture, the buy side can maintain control. So 08, 09 to 1150 is really going to help us figure that out. In the event, by the way, if we break 2108, in that case we could get a move down to 99 to 2101. So even though we have the zone in between 0375 to 0575, if we're liquidating below 2108, we're probably not going to get much of a reaction at 0375 to 0575. At that point, 99 to 2101 would really be the zone that would come into play. And then, in the event of some strong selling, we have strong support at 91.5 to 94.5 and a key high volume node at 95.50. And that's another area where we can get a strong buy response despite the intraday weakness or short-term weakness. So let's see if the buy side can maintain control off of 09 1150, perhaps even 15.5 to 17.5, and we'll take it from there.